What are we doing here today, Ryan?
Oh,
What are we doing here today?
how's it going?
Yeah, it's on. This thing that I'm holding, it's old and outdated. It's probably like a year and a half old.
Like we are.
Yeah, but it still works. And I think we're proving to the point that you just kind of got to use what you got.
That's right.
And it works, right?
Especially when it turns into.
This right here.
So that's what we're here for today. Is literally to talk about what happened last week.
Itching my armpit, dude.
Of course,
Oh.
you're going to start seeing a bunch of content coming from the students, some in-car ones where you're going out looking at some other stuff that you've done. This will kind of be your follow-up to what the week was.
Yeah.
What we learned, what to change for the students coming in next week, which is not a lot. And that's a lot can be said about that. So that's what we're here for today.
Yeah, we learned so much on that first class.
Yeah, it's just not from the students, the questions that we asked them, what their buy-in was, their reasons why. And I talked with Dustin last night, and the biggest thing was the proof was already there before the students got here. And that's a lot to really kind of think about and let sink in. We talk about the proof all the time as a point of, hey guys, when you come to these classes, the proof is going to be afterwards. Well, actually, it was before you even got here.
That's what brought him here.
That's what brought him here. Of course, everyone on social media starts slamming all the little things on there, all the haters about, the cost and this, that, and the other. Well, you've got to spend money to make money in a business. It's tax write-off too. People don't want to ever mention that, but you can write this off. If you have a good enough person in your corner with your CPA, this can be written off easily. It is a business expense towards your future. So we're literally just going to have a very short video today just about what was learned throughout the week.
There were some major takeaways. So let's start off with the class size, because that could look like an extreme failure. And let's be honest, I did feel like a failure. We had 3 guys, and now let's be honest, these guys paid to be in this class about 4 months ago.
Yep.
So they pre-deposited 4 months ago to be here. That's a lot of buy-in that I should have took for the weight that it truly is, man.
Yep.
And we had 3 of them. One of them local, one of them from Iowa, and one of them from Pennsylvania. They flew, they drove, they did whatever they had to get here. One was 18, one was 22, and one's 33. I know a lot about these people, so much so that it became hard for me to even charge them on that last one. That's why it's your job now.
Yeah.
I can't, just so you guys know, when you come to my class, we are going to become friends. I will charge you on the first one. I am not going to charge you on the last one.
That'll be me.
That's going to be his job. I'm sorry, you guys, we build relationships, and that's what I learned. So where I thought was a failure with only filling 3 of the 8, which is essentially under half. That's what, at best 40%,
Yep.
35%?
Day one proved every bit of what we thought wrong.
Yes.
Wrong.
Numbers matter, but it's just like I set up this business to be fine-tuned and tight-knit.
Yeah.
And we prosper on efficiency and everyone coming in, knowing their roles, knowing what to do, and just doing it.
Yep.
And so what I was able to do was take and really fine-tune and take the time that I needed to with each and every single one of them. I would have one working right here, and I've got the other 2 on the side, and we're over here discussing what this guy's doing and why he's doing it wrong and what he could be doing better.
So the one-on-ones that
amazing.
were planned
Yeah.
just became part of it.
Yeah.
Because you had built-in time in the mornings, and devotional time,
Yep.
Workout time before breakfast started every morning. And that became such
That became
a
their
big,
favorite.
big deal
Yeah.
about it. But those were planned one-on-one times.
Yep.
With the smaller class size, it became part of the training
All
of
day.
seeing somebody down here doing this, cutting this. The other 2 guys come up, you're explaining why you're cutting it this way, or why you're tamping it, how the strings run, all the different things
How
on there.
important it is that you have a clean surface. And then he mentioned using alcohol to clean it. Hey, does that really work? Yeah, man, that does work. I've always wondered. We just make sure to blow it off really good. But that why not go the extra step if alcohol really does clean it off that good?
Yeah.
So I learned something too, and that's one of my core values: always improving, always learning. So I guess that's like a little bit of a. I kind of feel guilty for it because these guys are paying me, but I'm learning stuff from them too. It's an amazing experience, man.
We're going to step back for a second because I want you guys, if you've not watched all the other videos, I want y'all to kind of take in all the stuff, and I'm going to have Dustin kind of get up in there literally and kind of show you some of the stuff that you won't be able to see until we move the camera, but explain some of the whys.
You're also going to see where I screwed up. Okay, so first off, we have I believe it came out to be 9.5 by 9.5 pergola, and my good friend Ryan here is, how tall are you, Ryan? He is 6 foot tall, and I am 6'4". So, you know, in a more ideal setting, you're going to use you're going to you're going to think this all the way through. All right, you're going to think the final product, and you're going to start from the top, and you're going to work down, and that's how you're going to get to your final elevation, because you're going to know where your grade is at set point when you're walking into an existing land. And then you're going to know what they want, their desires. So if their desires to be up here, then you got to go from there to here, and then you go from there up, right? So we have a 9x9, call it, wrapped pergola. We stained it, really nice feature. And then we've got a Everlock built-in fire pit. It's one of their custom fire pits, and they actually made it for the class. It was really cool because one of my normal suppliers was kind of being a little bit stiff on what they was willing to help out with this class, Ryan. So surprised me because I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with these people, and they were worried about an $800 fire pit. But Everlock, man, they came through. They stepped up. They brought it in, got us taken care of. So we have a natural fire pit here. It's I believe it's 42 inches in diameter, and then we have a difference of 1, 2, 3 different styles of paver up on top, cut in, all designed in intricately. These guys come in, and what we did was I gave them the foundation. I set the parameters for what we were building, right? I gave them the foundation, and I said, all right, you guys create. I want you to build something that is yours because I need you to be invested, right? So I had them sketch at night, write out designs. We talked about it the next morning over coffee and breakfast, and all right, let's go do it. We came over here, we got it graded out. They painted the lines out from the design. It changed a couple times, and then we ran with it. And then we knew we were wanting to do a walkway because you always got to have something leading in, right? And you want to have lights, and you want to be able to teach where light placement should go, why it's important that you have these corners, because it is important where your lines go. So when they came in, I gave them, I think, a little bit more than they bargained for. That was 100% the takeaway.
That's a huge thing with them as well. That was a teaching point. Yeah, it was a teaching point above all of the things, was forcing them outside their comfort zone, because that happens every day in life when you're on the job site. So the customer's going to ask for something that maybe you've not done, maybe you're not comfortable with. So showing them how easy it was to physically do something by just doing it. Looking at this stuff, and again, at the very end of the video, I'm going to move the camera. You're going to see everything we talked about on here, but it looks fantastic. And as we joked, is it perfect? No. Not supposed to be. You had 3 people that never touched this before.
Listen,
and he did not help. He
for
taught.
any homeowner or for any business owner, for anyone that ever watches this video in the future, if they think something's going to be perfect in construction, let's go back to the Mayans. Let's go back to the Romans. God himself could not create perfection.
Correct.
He did, but he created us. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. No.
But
and
to the naked eye,
have human error in everything we do. But these guys,
it's truly impressive. Seeing it in
beautiful.
person is way more, especially because I was here at the beginning and the end, and coming back to see all of it done. I'm like a proud father coming back to look at this. I'm like, wow, these guys on the
is
first
it what
day.
you expect?
Oh,
That's what I want to hear. Let's get your takeaway.
Way more than what I thought was possible in a week's time with people that have never touched this. So that is a testament to you teaching these people again, we have a 30-year-old. He's done some things already, right? He's lived a life. For him to come in and buy in, but then just get down to it. And then you have an 18-year-old that was timid at the start, unsure of himself, stayed back a little bit, and then seeing him just dig in as well.
Ripping that saw and just
the confidence
grunting and growling.
of
Hey, brother, I mean,
Yep.
look, we are a safe environment. When we're cutting, we'll show you on the video. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 big 12 by 12 bay doors with fans that are running if we want to. We have ventilation. We have masks.
This has been thought out. This is not a fly by the seat of the pants. Hey, let's just
safety
get
glasses.
something.
But also, there are grown men that are coming to this class that all sign a waiver, and I'm not going to force you to do anything.
But if you don't, that's on you. This is your future. So if you don't want to do those things, don't come to this class. This is a very hands-on. There is a big mental aspect of this.
I don't have time to babysit everyone either.
No,
here it is. Let's get to work.
Because again, he's taking time off of the regular business to do these things, to teach you for a better future, for yourself. It's selfish as we grow older to not share what we know with others. And that was Dustin's whole reason for doing this. Is I've got a bunch of knowledge up here.
Didn't realize it.
Well, right.
That was
Finding your purpose. Yeah, that's a whole nother video. Yeah.
We'll dive further into a little bit of the takeaways from the class. One was the class size is paramount. It was within the first 30 minutes of being around these guys, I realized that we needed to be right here. This is where we need to be. 3, and I want to push to 4 because I'm making myself uncomfortable, but also in the same respect that I can have 2 guys working as a team while the other 2 are working as a team. Because you've been my customer before. When we've been there's a lot of times that it's just 2 guys working. You don't need 3 guys all the time. We build $250,000 projects with 2 people. You don't have to have, and the right machines. Okay, so that's a big takeaway from the class is that I'm teaching the guys all the failures that I've went through. That they see them. They're parked around my shop. There's money that's getting dumped out. Let hand over fist, and I tell them, and I'm saving them thousands just by sharing the information.
We're also going to do another episode basically on the machines themselves, because there are a lot of questions from people. Hey, what are you using to do these things? Well, it's probably going to be pictures and stuff like that too. We'll grab some content from stuff.
Man, I've got some old videos that I should send to you. Just airdrop that. Even going over like the dingo, why it's so
that way you can see again some of his failures as far as spending the wrong money on the wrong products. That's again the biggest piece of these classes in the school platform is learning from other people's mistakes, and they're costly ones. None of these are small. They can be costly in time or money. And him being almost 11 years now into this is where it's kind of the culmination of both of those things, where he's wasted the time and the money, so now you don't have to. And that's the whole reason for those classes, to see what they have done in days. 4 days they did this.
Yeah, because on Friday we took the day and
honestly 3.5 days.
Yeah, and I think Cole added it up, and they may have had 20 to 22 working hours into it.
And that's wild.
20 to 22 man
it's wild.
hours. Yeah,
it's wild.
And my business helped a little bit. I may have pushed a little bit. That's what owners do. You help the job to get done when your work is struggling. You do what is necessary to get the job done. And I knew that they wanted that day on Friday to go and converse and drive around. Man, we had a wonderful day. Just you got more content that you're going to be putting up, and they'll see. It was a good conversation.
Before you come at us in the comments, also you have to realize this is being built inside. Yes, we know there's not room for chairs. Yes, we know it's too low. This is a scale.
Actually,
it's a scale model.
What Cole's doing is he is putting this exact model, not elevated, because we don't want to deal with the gravel. We actually figured out a way to do it. We won't tell him.
Yeah.
All right. We won't tell him.
Got to come to school.
We won't tell him how he should set it up, but he can set it up without the gravel and get the material in there and put this in a home show that he's scheduled for in March and another one in April.
Yeah, you can
he's
just explain
already
away
got it
with this.
scheduled.
Yeah, you
So
put a little gravel on the outside of it.
he's taking this exact product, and it's not great. It's not because you're going to put this in somebody's backyard, because it is a little bit tight. It doesn't necessarily make sense.
But it lets you see every single thing you could have.
Look at how much work was put into this small area.
Look at the lighting.
My God.
All the stuff. You got a seating wall with lighting in it. I mean, it's
custom.
Yeah.
Completely custom.
There's a lot.
Pavers that have been flipped upside down.
Yeah. Again,
These
there's
guys
thinking
are
outside of the
amazing.
box is a part of the daily life of doing in these jobs, because you have to, based on what the homeowner is coming at you with. And again, we just wanted this video very quickly just to kind of show off what they did. There'll be a lot more videos after this, just with different aspects of the week, and just more content out of it, because this is getting broken down.
Yep.
This will disappear today and tomorrow.
There's going to be time-lapse footage on that too.
Yes,
And
so that'll be on there on the destruction portion of things for the new class coming in on
We had a
Monday.
couple people asking. I got one closing thing, and it was my biggest takeaway, and it's what's going to help me build and give back to the creators and the followers. And when I say creators, I mean the creators of the businesses. That's what they're doing. They are creating businesses when they come here.
That's why you're coming.
And finding my worth, and finding my value. I've realized that what I've achieved in business and in life is, and this is really hard for me to say because you know how I am, but I've achieved more than, I think, conservatively 95% of general population. Now, I'm contending with the 5%, and I'm on a I'm at the very bottom, brother. I am just an ant.
Yep.
But I know that, and I also know that I have achieved a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
And
there's a lot to step back and be proud of, while at the same time maintaining the teaching aspects of all these things. You have to be humble in every aspect, and you are. I mean, there's no one's a question. That was one of the questions I asked all the students is why. That was my favorite part, was why. And they're like, well, we follow him because he's real. He's not arrogant. He's just a person that is trying to better himself and others, and that comes through with all the content. But again, that's stuff for later times.
Look, man, in truth,
I'm gonna let you hold this. I'm gonna get the camera.
In truth, I've built a $1 million business, and there's a whole lot of people out there that want to do just exactly that. So, and instead of what I've came up with is that in order for me to create the huge business that I want to create, I need a lot of other people. So my goal is to create as many millionaires as I possibly can through teaching them what I've done, how I've done it, and how they can do it much, much quicker. So please, if this interests you at all, we're gonna have to do better about making sure you guys hit that follow button. I think I'm gonna get Ryan to make sure to put a little bit of a clip it about 30 seconds into each of our videos, and it's just gonna be, hey, please give us a like, give us a follow. This is all organic. We are trying to help and change as many lives as possible through hard work and dedication. So if that sounds like you, come be part of our brotherhood.